And today with me, I have an amazing crew here with me who are going to be sharing their thoughts. But before we get far, I want them to introduce themselves. Starting from my right.
One and only Master D in the house.
Yo guys, it's Sugar AB. You can call me Albert.
Guru! Van in the building, and of course not forgetting the minister of spiritual seduction himself.
And it's going to be a very interactive segment, so don't forget to like,
Subscribe.
Share.
Follow Lua hiyo kitu bwana.
and comment down below. And this is Life's
Catch up.
So you guys, we want to talk about youth in relation to drugs. And do you think that right now, a lot of youth are using drugs? And I'm not just talking about the common alcohol and the weed. I'm talking about cocaine, heroin. Do you think a lot of youth are abusing hard drugs?
I would say, according to me, youths are abusing drugs, yes. But to our country, the major drugs that are being abused are alcohol and weed. The other hard drugs are a little bit off the charts for us to afford.
Well,
Yeah.
some do
Oh, and
afford.
glue.
Some do afford. I feel like it
Some,
depends
but we are talking about the
common one.
common mwananchi right now, because the many people the drug addiction mostly is common to the common
It's common
mwananchi.
to the common one.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you think the youth are willing and able to go for rehabilitation?
Well,
Let me tell you. Okay, for my
let me start with this.
Yeah.
Yes.
In our country, Kenya, here,
Mm.
most youth are not willing because most of them they get into drugs by maybe the group, peer pressure.
The kind of therapy.
Now they're going to the rehabilitation. You must just hijack them. That you are forced to maybe you check them or you tell them.
Are you living in Kenya? I don't think that
They
is
don't
Kenya.
agree to.
I
Thanks to
don't think that is
It's
Kenya.
just, it's
Good,
That's why you
please
defy that.
tell us
Let me
about
tell you,
yourself.
rehabilitation is a waste of time.
Oh, so it's a waste of
If they
time
can give us those money that they used to construct rehabilitation, and we marry 7 wives, and we take cocaine, and we go stare at Malindi or Mombasa, the government can really
So
help.
for you,
Because
drugs.
So it's
Anyway,
suffering from drug
Let
addicts.
me just
Let me,
point out
and there is no hard drug. Drug is sweet.
Let me ask you.
Have you
for
tested conjugated
No.
wine?
For you, drugs are not an issue.
Huh?
Drugs are not an issue.
What's the issue with drug? Drug is
There's no
dawa.
Are
backward
you
progression in
treating
your
dawa?
life.
So,
Yes.
Yeah.
if according to the question you're asking,
Yeah.
our African men and women, it's telling them to go to the rehab centers, like telling them to go to therapy.
So you think
Therapy ni watu wa
rehabilitation?
majuu.
Hey, therapy not drug.
Okay. So you
Yes.
think you guys rehabilitation is not efficient in this
No,
country?
that is not
No,
what I
in fact,
think.
it is a waste of money. You know the reason. They will end up scandals, corruption, and everything. Rehabilitation.
So you think
someone squandered.
rehabilitation is a waste of
No,
time?
they should give us that money and buy for us drugs. That we
Actually,
can.
Let me-
it's a
Eh,
waste of time.
let me say
Let's
something.
listen to
What I would say, like
Yeah.
from a sober
From a
point-
sober point of
So you are
view.
trying to say that mimi ni mlevi,
Don't
si
Let's
ndio?
not give up
careful.
point. Yes.
Anyway, this is the thing. Rehabilitation, it's not a bad thing. But the problem is, are the people willing to go to the rehab centers?
Exactly.
The second thing is, we are in Kenya, we are in Africa. Projects is a way of opening corruption to our leaders.
Miti ni dawa,
So
miti
you're
ni dawa
trying
bwana.
to say in our
Miti
country,
ni dawa.
in
Not
third-
even in our country, in
in
our
third
Africa.
developed-
I think, let me
No,
tell you.
hold up.
Let me
Just
tell
let
you
me just
guys.
ask a question.
Yeah.
Mm,
You're
Just
trying
ask.
to say in third world countries that there's so much instances of corruption, such as there is no development for people who are drug addicts. There's no help for them.
It's,
short
actually,
from the
can
government.
you tell me like the major known rehabilitation centers in Kenya? Can you tell me?
Well,
Give me just two.
You know what? Let's Master D kindly wanted to say something. No?
According to your question, they're in coordination with the Western or that third world country to refer with our country. Like in our country, the rehabilitation house or rehabilitation homes, their benefits because all those like who are taken there, they're by force and they are removed from other homes. Like this is here they have been addicted, they're brought here, but no, you don't pay fee. When you say corruption, they don't gain. Our leaders don't
They
gain from
do.
corruption.
Well,
Okay,
I think
From my
he is
perspective-
not living
Yeah.
in Kenya.
from my perspective,
We have a
yeah.
Ugandan in the house.
From my perspective, they don't gain.
Yes, thank you.
Hold on.
7 is
This
let me
citizen.
just,
Yes.
let
Let
me
me
cut
tell-
you
let me
guys
tell him
short.
how
I just
it
want
is.
to ask something.
Yes.
Before you ask, I'll get
No,
back
I
to
wanted
you.
to not to ask, but I wanted to answer.
To
And
correct.
I have a compliment.
I'll get back to you
That's
shortly.
okay. Yeah.
I just want to know, do you think the drugs being offered here, if production was to reduce, that the youth would benefit in one way or another? because the money that we use for drugs can be put to better use.
Yeah.
Do you think that?
Actually, that is just one way of that's one way of rehabilitating individuals. Because the thing is, you cannot like cut supply just once.
Yes.
There are very fatal consequences of cutting supply like instantly. Yeah. So in a way, it could help moderating. Yeah. But the thing is, they should not be made illegal. They should be made legal.
But you see,
Yeah.
let me guess from this.
No, it's not one you take one
Please,
you want.
let's give him a chance.
Here
It
is
should be moderated but legalized.
Yeah, you
Okay.
see,
Yeah.
with our government,
Yeah.
the government agreed that this
Unataka in-
our leaders
supply.
Let us listen to
our
him.
leaders
and all have a chance.
our government with the society, they are contradicting each other.
Yeah.
Because you see, other political leaders, they say we legalize this kind of drug. Then the government also they say these who are addicted, they go to rehabilitation. So it's like when leaders say,
There's a lot of conflict.
yeah, when you say
between
you
the
legalize
ideology.
like shisha or cocaine,
Yes, they should be
then-
legalized.
Then at the same time you say
Yes,
rehabilitation.
they should be legalized. And in fact, we should be smoking at the streets.
Like
We are just
we are
smoking.
in a mixer.
Like
So the government
Let's
should make sure,
listen to him kindly.
the government should make sure that,
as we are listening, we
there
are
is a
also
way.
moving. We are also moving.
yeah, there is a way on
It's no
how.
problem. Right.
So the government political leaders should make sure that when they give their speech to the young people, they show we are mastering the words. That legalize
Okay.
this at the same time take addicts to the rehabilitation. So we don't understand this, but
You
we
know,
have to
here
come
there's
up
a
with
lot
a
of
way.
conflict.
Here's
I
the
just
thing.
want to.
Let me just a moment, please. Just a moment.
Okay.
You can't be short
Yes.
like.
But be short, please.
Okay.
So here's
Yes.
the thing about the rehab and legalizing. It's not contradictory. Do you know the reason why? There is something called social drug ingestion. Yeah, like social drinking, social smoking, and stuff like that.
Yes.
Now, when it's legalized, it doesn't mean that people have to get addicted to it.
Yes,
But they're
yes,
speaking to
yes.
young people.
Yeah, there's no problem. The thing is, there are people who get addicted, yeah, but there are people who just are social drinkers,
Social
social
drinkers.
smokers.
In fact, it should be allowed
It
in
is-
Kenya
Addiction
drink
has factors that
until
lead
we
to
die.
addiction.
Okay.
We dead them.
Addiction, you just know like somebody wakes up and they're
Yeah,
addicted.
They
Actually,
check
continue
over, check
using
over.
the
So that
Yeah.
you
I want to
Yeah.
pose a question
Actually,
to
indiscipline.
Yes, yes,
I
yes.
want to pose a question to you.
Yes.
You as a drug abuser,
Ah.
do you feel like
Very much abuse.
your parents are your parents really? Do they
Comfortable.
know? Are they comfortable? Do
The
your friends support
He's
you?
staying in
I
Madrid.
also have a
Actually,
question for you.
it's in
No,
Madrid.
no,
Yes,
no.
my time.
Before-
Listen
Listen to me.
Boy, it's my time. Boy. Let me tell you, between the sugar that you put in tea while all people are watching and the sugar that you lick when your mother is not available, which one is more sweeter?
Okay.
Yes, yes. Which one is
No,
more
I
sweeter?
just
depends
asked
which kind
you
of
not
sugar.
answered my
Ah,
question.
you see,
Is there
the thing
support?
is-
Do your parents know? Are they comfortable with it?
Why
Are you
should they know?
comfortable with it as a person?
Yes,
Much
for me, I'm
addicts.
comfortable with it because let me tell you. In
Uh.
fact, there is this thing called booze. Do you know booze? It's called busa. You drink it as you get satisfied in your stomach. So you are hearing two things. You get higher as your stomach is also full.
Let me just ask you guys a question.
Yeah.
Don't you
Yeah.
think these drugs have negative effects on us?
Yeah, they
Of
do.
course, yes.
They
No,
do.
they
Do
don't
we have,
have.
you know, like actually
on the
drugs,
addiction side.
the drugs that are being legalized by the country, cocaine and shisha and whatever, they have effects on us. Or maybe you continuous using of it
Yeah,
leads
continuous.
to addiction.
Yeah.
And addiction
is just one of
then
them.
may lead that you cannot afford. Maybe for me, I cannot afford cocaine.
Yeah.
I go broke. I happen to do any
It
whatever
has,
thing
it
that I can
has
do to
social,
afford it.
mental.
Let me tell you,
Yeah.
before you cut me short,
Yeah.
let me tell you, these drugs zenye mnashinda mkisema hivi ndio zinasomesha watu. And in
How
fact,
do you-
they're really paying tax
Then
to
how
the
do you-
government.
How are they so measuring people?
Let me tell you,
Uh,
in fact, cocaine,
Yeah.
I don't have this. I don't
You know what?
this
Let's
one.
do
It's
this.
very expensive.
Okay.
Yes.
Before I just want to cut you short. We are running out
I
of
see.
time.
I see. We are.
but before we run out of time,
Yeah.
I would like to say this.
Okay.
You hear when he was saying that between the sugar now you leak while your parent is there and
Yeah.
the one
Yeah.
when they're
Hide
not there.
yourself.
Now that is where my point was. When you legalize it, actually most of them will lose interest.
Yes.
The thing is, ile nini?
The whole
The stamina ya kujificha
the
ficha. Yeah.
is what
Yeah, it's what
people.
drives most of them. So
Okay.
legalize it.
Legalize.
Viewers back at home, please tell us what you think down in the comment section below. Do you think some of these drugs should be legalized?
Yes.
Tell us the way forward on
Ban.
news. And we're just gonna wrap it up. They're gonna give us 1 point. Very brief to the point.
Why are
Let
you
us
why
start
are you
from
saying
the
very
back.
brief as you are watching? I see
Very
you.
brief. Kindly, let's start from you. Give them a word of advice.
Let me tell you, my fellow members of ban and cocaine users, let us use this thing. You know how this thing is expensive. Let us use it. Let us be high rate until we die. Forever ganja. Miss me at the take a drive. Go to hell. Rastafari.
Wrong influence. Bad influence. Anyway, people, if you cannot get yourself off completely the drugs, be a social drinker, be a social smoker, or a social substance taker. But according to me, I'll just tell you abstain from drugs. That's just the way to go. Yeah.
Tell me.
Okay, viewers, on my side, what you are using as a drug, make sure that you are using it in a way that you know what you are using, the repercussion of it, and the repercussion they affect individual. What you are using, it will actually in time affect what you're going through.
You
Take care
know,
of what you use.
I feel like viewers back at home, we do not advocate for drug abuse. But
Sure.
if you do have to use drugs, kindly use it in moderation.
Use tea. Use tea. Use
Use
tea.
it in moderation.
Those are drugs.
This was Life's
Get up.
Until next time, bye.
Bye.